Alright, welcome back. Getting to work on the AJ ARS 300. It took a little longer to do the covering, tighten up. The covering, they did a good job, don't get me wrong, but it was so loose that there were places that you couldn't get tight enough. There was a couple places on the fuselage. Hold on, I'll show you here. Like this. Going over it, and this stuff, it just, because they tacked it and didn't shrink, it pulled, and it wasn't tacked very good. So, but a lot of places that they were just so loose, like it's hard to see, but you can see that right there. Like that doesn't come out. Like I've heated, and it will not come out. So a couple little spots like that, and then you can kind of see when I heated it to kind of shrink, to get the wrinkles out. It kind of pulled in, left some. I guess that's when the glue pulls off onto the surface. So, typical stuff with these things. You got to go over them and re-tack everything down. You have to be careful when you're doing it. Got to do low heat. The wings, wings turned out perfect. I got all the wrinkles out of that, no problem. And for the most part, the fuselage is good. There's just, like I said, a little place like that, and luckily both of them are kind of under the wings. You won't really see that when the wings are on, and then this one I can always. It's not black, or I would have just taken a piece of Monocoat and redone the curve. It's got like a metallic, like silver in it, black with silver. So, but yeah, they put all these on, and it's only going to be so good. They did a pretty good job. It was just, Monocoat will shrink quite a bit if you put it on right. There's just, if you get it too loose in some places, it just won't shrink up enough, from my experience with it. But anyways, so back to the rudder or elevators. So nothing fancy. I went through, opened up the elevator bag. Has these ridiculously long harnesses, or control horns, to go in it, and then has like I said, I'm going to try their ball ends, instead of doing the Dubro swap out like I normally do. Got your turnbuckle, your rod. These are mine, servo screws. And these are 440 because they do match the threads in the servo arm, which are 440. So 440 bolts, lock nut, and a washer on each end. It also had looks like 4 extra washers in, and I'm assuming those are for this, like when you bolt the elevator onto the fuselage, you put a washer and a washer. That's a guess. There's no instructions, but and I got my little servo controller here. That way I can center the servo and put the servo arm on it and get it set up and centered the best you can in the servo. So, but that is it for the elevators. So I'm going to go through, and if you look, kind of hard to see. The holes are pre-drilled, and the big notch there is basically for to put your servo in and have your wire kind of do that right there. I'm going to take this sheathing off. This was some servos that I had extra, so which I do kind of like that. So, and then it's pre-cut hole for the arm. They're notched already. You just have to kind of take a razor blade and cut the little square out, which is for this guy. It'll go over that once you get those. So and and they are or cut in the wood. Whether I'm guessing you're gonna have to, it's gonna have to take a little work to get those in there. So, and then I'll glue them in with some Hysol. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this one together, and maybe do another video once I get them both done and kind of show you how they look when they're all done. And then the rudder will be next. Put in the control horns on the rudder because the rudder's a pull, so the servo will actually be in the fuselage. So, but you guys take it easy. I'll see you next time.